Mr. Speaker, I see hate. Mr. Speaker, I see bitterness. Mr. Speaker, I see acrimony. Mr. Speaker, I see animosity. And Mr. Speaker, I see a man completely out of control. Completely out of control, Mr. Speaker. That is what I see. And that problem is not a new problem to me, you know. I was aware of the tendency for the Honourable Member to go out of control since 1987.
I went to the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago in August 2003 as a Minister of Government in Trinidad and Tobago, a PNM Minister, and told him that there was bid rigging taking place in Udicott. What the Commission of Inquiry is looking at is 10 times worse than what happened with Piako Airport. And it's even more brazen.
It's a state no one ever wishes to find themselves in, yet tens of thousands of citizens in this country are subjected to a life of poverty with no visible means to get out. Meet Althea Joseph. This bedridden Beetham resident moved here almost 3 decades ago after losing her home to fire. When it rains, her home floods. Her only ticket out of the ghetto is her Bible.
We thief and current. You understand? If you go outside and you watch up, it's looking like a spider web. Right? Because that is how it is. That is how it is in the ghetto, and that is how it is.
She lives on $1,300 a month, which she receives from government. But like many other families here, expenses far outweigh income. She can no longer work after being diagnosed with a clogged vein in her leg. There are many across the country with similar stories. This lady, who preferred to remain unidentified, has no steady income, but has to find a way to raise her grandchildren.
I have a bread there. I don't want to use it because when they come home, I have to get something for them to eat. I have a little 2 pounds of sugar there and the bread. I have nothing.
It's sometimes hard to believe these stories in a country rich with oil and gas. A study done just a few years ago by UWI lecturer Dr. Sandra Sukram put the poverty level at 22%. In simple terms, it means that more than 250,000 people in this country live on less than $665 a month.
It is significant, and more so there in Trinidad and Tobago we have we are oil rich and all of that, so we have it shouldn't be anywhere close to that.
In the United Nations Human Development Index, Trinidad and Tobago ranks number 64, with countries like Barbados and St. Kitts Nevis with much smaller economies ranking significantly higher. The number of homeless men and women who roam the city streets daily are testimony to the growing problem. Many we spoke with share the concern that poverty levels in this energy-rich country are just too high.
There should be more equity straight across. You know, there's too much of a gap between rich and poor.
Politicians on either side of the political divide have promised to help the poor and improve the standard of living for all residents. But there is the hope that whoever emerges victorious in the May 24th general election will meet the challenge of reducing poverty levels in this country. For CNC3, I'm Kamal Georges.
Argue your case. Everybody has a chance to do it. But not like my good friend. The minute you oppose my good friend, Mr. Speaker, the minute you oppose my good friend, he gets very, very angry. And if you oppose him strongly, Mr. Speaker, he becomes a raging bull. And that is what this government is not prepared to act. That is what it was. We just were not prepared to accept that.
If this country cannot call to order its Prime Minister and his cabinet and his political party to say we are not accepting that, then God help us.